We're back. Shout out to Storey. Great segment as always. He truly is the GOAT. Makes my job super easy. Really awesome comment section. Really good show. We're drafting now, baby. And we still have a couple solid tournaments to join. Chihuahua and the German Shepherd Superflex. If we get enough people in here, we'll probably go with the Superflex since that tournament's not as popping. I want to make sure as many of us get in the draft as we can. So I know Cap is down. Let me know who's in here. We'll give it a couple minutes. Let me know who's down to draft. And then we will join up together. I didn't show you guys Helen. Say hello to Helen. She looks great today, as always. And, we'll give it a couple minutes, and then we will hop in a draft.
Look at this. This is Laurence Olivier and Othello. Mm-hmm. And this is James Earl Jones. Now look at how close they look.
Look at that. James Earl Jones doing a great blackface.
James Earl Jones has a black face. He's a black man.
He's not black. James
of course
Earl
he's black.
He was Darth Vader.
Darth Vader was black?
No,
see, okay, there we go.
Darth Vader was not black. They took the mask off. He was white.
Very accurate, Frank. Very accurate. All right, we're waiting for a couple people. There's only 5 people in here. Let me know who wants to draft. I know Cap is down, like I said. So we have 2 people right now. If we get up to like 5 or 6, then we will pop in a super flex. If not, we could do a Chihuahua Kappa. So let's give everyone a couple minutes to funnel on in here after they did their own bathroom breaks. I took a wicked piss, man. I did not pee that whole show, and I drank like 6 drinks. So, which as much as I love Storey, he has a weak bladder. The bladder of someone named Lauren, I would just say that. He has to pee mid-show every time, and he's drinking tea. So I know his tea consumption is nowhere near my beer consumption. You know what? If that's my gripe with him, obviously he's a hell of a co-host, and very lucky to have him. All right, 6 people in here, 7 people in here. Who wants to draft? Let us know. We got to figure out what tournament we are going to draft. So let us know what you want to do. Let us know who's going to draft. We want to get in this one in about 2 or 3 minutes because I'm a little wiped. I played 36 holes today. Still recovering from this cold sickness I've had. So that took a lot on me. I am hurting right now, and I'm only 38, so I should not be sore from 36 holes of golf. It was a little hot out there today, but not really that bad. So I guess I'm just a Salson. I don't know. But it was a good day, very good day, and happy to draft. I haven't done a draft in a day and a half besides all my slow drafts I'm in, and I am in a fuckload of slow drafts. I think I'm in like 35 or 40 slow drafts right now, including all 10 pit bulls. I signed up for all 10 of the pit bulls, so I have 10 pit bulls going. I did a bunch of the $1, whatever they're called, the minis, the $1 minis. Kappa, we'll do Chihuahua unless like a bunch of people join the next minute. I think we should be able to get in a Chihuahua together. If there's like 5 or 6 people, I think the German Shepherd Superflex is our best bet. But I can't wait forever, so we'll give it 1 more minute. And then if no one is in here that wants to draft with us, then we will just hop in a Chihuahua.
Say somebody put a gun to your head. Said, do you want your baby to be lighter or darker? What would you choose?
Why is someone holding a gun to my head
It's
and
a
asking me
hypothetical.
what shade I would prefer my son to be?
I don't know. So
Why is somebody putting a gun to her head?
he wants to find out what your preference is. So you're walking down the street with Will, and he snatches you into the backseat of the car, and now he's got a gun to your head. You want a lighter or darker baby? What shade? What shade?
Get away from me.
What color is the guy holding the gun?
He's mocha, right down the middle.
Right down the middle.
50-50. You want it lighter or darker?
I would say on the lighter side.
All right, Kappa, let's do it. You're probably a little delayed for me, so I'm going to hit the Chihuahua here. When you see this, hop on in. I'm going to wait 1 second. Join now, though, if you don't see me clicking, if you're up to speed. I'm going to hit it now. And hitting it. Hey, first one in there. Let's go. 11 people to join. So there's some people that can funnel in here late and still get in this draft. Chihuahua, $4 tournament on Underdog. I believe it's $30,000 to first place. I want to check the advancement structure here, and I'll let you guys know exactly. I think it's pretty standard for Underdog. 2 out of 12 typically. And then we'll see what it is. Let's see here. Lobby. Nope. We want to go to lobby. And NFL, we have 2 out of 12, 1 out of 9, 1 out of 6, and 217 seat final. If you just get to the finals, you get $100. It's not great, but $30,000 to first place. So we have 3 people in here, Join it up if you see it. Chihuahua. We have 8 spots available. This should fill up pretty quickly, I'm guessing, probably in 2 or 3 minutes. Caps, you still drafting Cam Ward everywhere, or are you tapered off on that 75% ownership, which was very, very high? I guess one of my concerns, Caps, is did this already load for you? Mine's still at 4 people. Are you in the same one as me, or did you get another one, Caps? Did you not get in the right one? Shit, you might have joined before me. At least I didn't get in that one. Shit, man. Let me check. I think. Yeah, mine's still loading, man. I'm at 4 out of 12 full. If that's the case, don't auto draft it, man. Just draft it. I don't want you to waste money. Yeah, mine still has 9 more to start. It says. So you're already in one that filled up? I thought there's usually like a 5-second delay. That's why I waited to hit it. Like 2 seconds late. And then I was the first one in this tournament. Yeah, we got 9 more to start on my end here. Damn it, I'm guessing you got in the one right before me. Usually I'm the one that gets in first because there's a delay. That's why I was trying to time it up perfectly. Anyways, Caps, your Cam Ward thing. What I can't get on board with, I love Cam Ward. Cam Ward goes ahead of Sam Darnold. I want Sam Darnold over Cam Ward. Like, for the stacking alone, I do trust Shaheed. I like Torrey Horton. A.J. Barner goes later than Gunnar Helm. I like taking Zach Charbonnet late in drafts as well. We're like, I don't want to take Tajay Spears. There's a third back there, Nick Singleton, that could mix in. Like, I feel like the stacking is tough. It's still cheap with Cam Ward for sure. Calvin Ridley, Carnell Tate doesn't go all that early, but I think I want Sam Darnold over Cam Ward just because of what we saw last year, what we saw the last couple of years from Sam Darnold. We still have 2 spots available, guys. This is the Chihuahua. If you want to get in, let me know. Hop on in. $4 fast draft Chihuahua tournament, $30,000 to first place. If you just make it to the championship round out of 217, it's 217 seat. That pays out 100 just for last place of the finals. We'll take that. We'll take $100. I just want to advance as many teams as I can to the championship and let the cards fall where they may. One more to start. One more to start here. I have a feeling Kappa got in the other draft. Is my inkling. We'll see if Montana's in here. Sometimes they join the stream after they join the draft. We are full. Let's see here. Let's go here. So I don't see anyone in here. This is just me. This is just me, guys. So sweet. I get to draft a draft by myself. Sucks that Kappa got the last spot. You got the last spot in the previous tournament. I got the first spot in this one. That sucks. Yeah, that's fair, man. That was my main point, was like Sam Darnold going after him just strictly for the stacking purposes. I do really trust the players, and I like the value of Shaheed. Now, Shaheed's value is kind of getting out of control a little bit. I took so many shares of Shaheed. I'll probably chill on my Shaheed stock unless he goes at or after ADP. But when you're drafting with us, and we have a lot of us in here, he is going – Shaheed's ADP is 134-ish. He's getting taken at 120 in our drafts because we all love Shaheed. All right, this is very slow. I don't know. There was a lot more people watching the previous stream. There was only 7 people in here. So, just going to queue up a couple dudes. I love the Torrey Horton thing. I think I like Torrey Horton more than Shaheed now with how much Shaheed's gone up the last week. Torrey Horton's a last round pick. So, I mean, I like, and AJ Barner's fine as well. And then the Zach Charbonnet piece of it, right? Like I can get Zach Charbonnet at pick 150. And yeah, he's probably not going to offer much the first 5 weeks of the year. We'll see when he plays. But I love Zach Charbonnet, and I still think it's his backfield. Okay. We're at 12 here. We'll see if CeeDee Lamb falls. If he doesn't, he does not. We're just going to take Genty and Barkley. Probably the best way to go about it here. All right, drafting solo. This is lonely, but actually probably gives me the best chance to not have a lot of sharp people. I mean, maybe there's some sharp people in this draft, but I would bet that my chances are better without having, Derek and Mouth and Kappa and some of you guys, the other guys in here. Connor, Hetzer. You guys know who you are. AJ Brown goes off at pick 14, guys. See that? I'm just not on board with that, man. Like that is, I still want Drake London. I know it's stacking AJ Brown is much easier because you have to kind of pick your side with the Falcons quarterbacks. Are you going to go Penix? Are you going to go Tua? I'm personally going Penix because I think Penix finishes the year. I know Tua starts the year. In these tournaments, I want the guy that's going to end the year. And I get that Tua, that's why Tua goes earlier, because if he plays well, he'll probably keep the job all year. That's where the true upside is a full season of Tua. But I like Penix for a fantasy perspective more. He's not a big running quarterback, but he offers something on the ground. He can at least get some rushing touchdowns. Tua is never getting a rushing touchdown ever. They don't want him taking any hits. So I like Penix, and I also like Drake London much more with Penix. So Drake London falls to pick 20. Like, I want London over A.J. Brown, or at least they're tied for me. So to get Drake London there, whoever took him, great value. Great value paired up with JT. How much do you draft players that may be second or third in line just to diversify your exposure? Are you talking about like second and third stringers? I'm an opportunity guy, so not that often. In these tournaments, I'm much more likely to draft handcuffs because, if Saquon goes down, and not even if I have Saquon, I'm just saying like Tank Bigsby is a way, if you don't have major stacks, drafting those high upside handcuffs is a really good way to maximize your upside, right? But yeah, I'm not into drafting ancillary pieces unless they're on very good offenses. Isaac Tesla's a guy I draft a decent amount because, yeah, he's the fourth option there in Detroit, maybe fifth option if you count, Gibbs and everyone else. But I want pieces of this Detroit offense. I think Ryan Flournoy is also a guy I do like. That's a third option at receiver, fourth option on the team. But I'm not into drafting. I'll draft Calvin Ridley because it's obscure. But I'm not into drafting, third receivers on the Browns. Like Jerry Jeudy, okay, veteran. I'm just not into drafting. Like Dante Thornton obviously isn't drafted. But on bad teams, I'm staying away from the ancillary pieces. Now, a team like the Seahawks, you're talking about Torrey Horton. I like that because it's a very ambiguous wide receiver. We don't know who the two is. If it's not Shaheed, it'll probably be a combination of Shaheed, Torrey Horton, and Cooper Kupp. I like that. If it's a three-way committee there, give me the cheapest guy. And I'm just not drafting Cooper Kupp. I don't see any appeal in best ball. In redraft either, but in best ball, it's like, what is Cooper Kupp's upside? Yeah. If he catches 6 touchdowns this year, how many of those lines are going to be like 4 catches for 40 yards and a touchdown? That's 12 points. Like, that does nothing for me in best ball. Where Shaheed can have a 70-yard touchdown catch, boom, he's in your lineup. That is literally 15 points. That's a big difference. Damn it, this is not going well. So, let's take... I don't like any of these options, dude. So, we're going to take Tet. And we're going to take – I don't want to take Ladd. We're going to take Garrett Wilson here. Not a great start, man. Lions have the best offense. I think they're top 5, man, for sure. Yeah, I get what you're saying, Kappa. I will just take best player available. Now, I'm an ADP guy in these tournaments more than anything else because I think if I just get enough ADP value, it gives me an edge in some of these tournaments. I won't just mix in guys I hate just to mix them in. If the price is right, yes, but like I'm always going to take the guy I have ranked higher most of the time. I think that's a good strategy in these tournaments because you just have an edge in the field. So I'm trying to think. A guy I don't draft a lot of would be, let's give you a name here. Jadarian Price. I have like no Jadarian Price. I'm not going to draft Price. His ADP is 62. Let's call it 63. If he's there at 66, 3 picks after ADP, and I'm like, I don't have a lot of Price. I don't want to miss out. I'm not drafting him there. Where I will draft Price in certain builds, if he falls to 71 or 72 or 73, now he's 10 picks after ADP. Mix the low exposure with 10 picks after ADP, I will take Price. No players off my board. 10 picks after ADP is definitely in the earlier you're talking, the 10 picks matter the most. So that's when I will take quite a bit of Jadarian Price, for instance. Jay, I don't have much Chase Brown. I'm very high on Chase Brown, but this is format dependent. I am not high on Chase Brown in half PPR. I'm also lower on A-Chain in half PPR. If these were all DraftKings, I would be drafting Chase Brown and Devin A-Chain over Kenneth Walker, over Derrick Henry, almost over Saquon Barkley. So my redrafts are typically full PPR, so I will have a lot more of Chase Brown and A-Chain in full PPR, depending on how early they go. Ooh, Lions for life. Your mama's expecting a baby, by the way. You know what? She's 66, 67, 66. You can't have a baby. So, you know what? If that's the case, then we're going to make millions of dollars and win like the Pulitzer Prize. So, man, keep on trying because my family would have generational wealth because somehow a 66-year-old got pregnant. Hey, man. Awesome. Good stuff. Carnell Tate goes pretty early in this draft. Carnell Tate off the board at 51. That is, 10 picks early? 8 picks early, so not too bad, but I think too early for my liking. Take a shot on Lamar if he falls. We're going to pop in these running backs in the queue, as well as, man, this is real wild. I don't like this start to this draft. I'm not getting any value here. Brian Thomas already off the board. I was targeting him. Too early to take Tyler Warren at pick 60. Not going to do that. So we have to kind of – I could take a third running back. If Bashal Tutin's there, don't have a lot of Bashal Tutin, but I would do that. I would definitely want to take Bucky. There's just no way Bucky's falling back. Bucky's going to go to one of these next 2 teams. And I have 4 guys in my queue, so it's fine. It's not ideal. If we do this, we need to make sure – there goes Bashal Tutin. We need to make sure 125. I have a pick at 132. There goes Bucky. So we're going to go Lamar and Watson, I guess. This is just not going well. I have to make sure I take Mark Andrews. Otherwise, this tournament's cooked. Yeah, I can take my shot on Elijah Surratt. I can take my shot on Rashad Bateman late. But, if I don't get a stack with Lamar, now Lamar's a guy, the more the quarterback gives you on the ground, the less stacking matters. But you need at least one stack with your first quarterback. And Mark Andrews is it, honestly. I could take a shot on Rashad Bateman, like I said. But we'll see. Jaden Daniels goes off the board, which makes me feel better about the Lamar pick. Lamar was still picked 4 picks after ADP, so I don't hate the value I got for Lamar. But the fact I don't have Zay Flowers, I would have taken Zay Flowers at the Ted McMillan spot there, pick 36. He was already off the board. So at this point, I'm taking best player available because it has not gone great so far. I'm not a big Christian Watson fan. I do see the upside of Christian Watson, but I'm much more preferred. I'm a Matthew Golden guy. at value in best balls especially. I'd be way more about Christian Watson in redraft because I know he's going to be on the field a lot. I think he has a lot of upside. But all the receivers in this range do. In best ball, give me Matthew Golden at pick 110. That feels like a high upside swing that he doesn't need to actually have a great year. He needs 650 yards and 5 touchdowns to return value there. But Christian Watson has to have 950 yards, 7 or 8 touchdowns to return value where you're drafting him. Probably just chill at home, man. We definitely got to get together for some Thursday night games like we did last year. Sunday, I have so much shit going on. I got to take notes and just, really dive into red zone. I don't like a lot of distractions. Like, I only watch football with Erica because, she'll ask me questions, but it's much more controlled. Where I like to watch games with other people are the primetime games. Sunday night, Monday night, specifically Thursday night is probably the best for getting together for me. Because I don't need to, it's one game. I can really pay attention to that. There's commercial breaks, like a lot more downtime. By the way, Kappa, we have a concert coming up on Sunday. I'm going to text you tomorrow and we'll figure out the plans. I don't know how you guys are getting there. We'll talk about that via text, though. Hopefully it's going to be nice weather for us and not rain. That would suck. So... there's some pretty good value falling at running back. 6 guys in the queue. It's not great. At quarterback, we have McMillan, Garrett Wilson, and Watson. So we can go with any of those quarterbacks. I prefer Bryce Young or Jordan Love. Jordan Love might be too much at quarterback to have Lamar and Jordan Love. This needs to be a 2-quarterback team. When you take Lamar, there's no point in taking 3 quarterbacks. So it's a wasted pick. All right, the queue is getting light. You know what we can do, though? Where is 111? Okay. Let's see if this works out for us here. Okay. Running backs are gone, so I'm not taking running back here. We would love to get Tucker Kraft in this team. So we should be able to get Tucker Kraft. There's no reason this guy is going to take Tucker Kraft. So we're going to take Godwin and Kraft, kind of making this work a little bit. Now we have a very good potential. We have to prioritize getting Jordan Love in this squad, make it a 2-quarterback team. We have Watson. We have Kraft. This could make up for it. I actually don't have to get Mark Andrews now. If I can pull this off, I have my second quarterback would be double stacked. I can triple stack it possibly with Matthew Golden. Might be too much there, but either way, then I can just take a late guy as in Elijah Surratt or Rashad Bateman with Lamar and make this team work and just take value. In a perfect world, I get Mark Andrews to fall back to me at pick 132. Mark Andrews' ADP, I believe, is 125. 7 picks after ADP. We'll see. Unlikely to happen. But you got to think, people should not be reaching on Mark Andrews when they don't have Lamar. He's a fine pick at ADP. I will take a naked Mark Andrews, but I'm not reaching for Mark Andrews without the stack in these tournaments. No way. But people do that shit all the time. So how's your draft going, Caps?
Hey, guys, the management needs everybody to get out because they caught a guy jerking off in here, and they're going to send in a crew to wipe down the loads. Go ahead.
There goes Jaden Reed. My nun guy, Jonathan Brooks. Brooks off the board before Harvey, Corum, and Dobbins. I don't like that. The Jonathan Brooks hype is literally out of control, guys. It is out of control. Like, we're going to be taking Jonathan Brooks at pick 91 when Chuba Hubbard went off the board at pick 74. 17 picks apart is not a big enough gap. Chuba Hubbard's the starting running back. Yeah, maybe Brooks has higher upside at the end of the year if everything works out, but that is not good business, man. Give me Chuba Hubbard, 25 picks ahead of Jonathan Brooks. And I'm a Jonathan Brooks guy. Have been. I have so much Jonathan Brooks when his ADP was 130. But this is the market overreacting to stuff and hating Chuba Hubbard. So I'm going to have a lot of Chuba Hubbard this year. A lot of good quarterbacks out there. I think the best way to go about it, Kappa, if you're trying to diversify, is let the board come to you in terms of draft the quarterbacks that you have correlated with your early receivers and tight ends. That's a good way to go about it. Instead of targeting specific quarterbacks, that's kind of how I like to do it. I like to have my team justify what quarterbacks I take. In this team, I need Jordan Love. I really hope if Jordan Love doesn't fall back to me, he should be. He is way down the list. And there's only one team. The team that has Jaden Reed has Joe Burrow. So there's zero chance that team should take an early Jordan Love just based on having Jaden Reed when he already has Joe Burrow and T. Higgins. And he has JSN, so he should be going for, ideally, Joe Burrow and Sam Darnold. All right, now we need some quarterbacks to go off the board. Gainwell's available. Oh, I might take one of these tight ends and I can still take Mark Andrews. But Fannin and Kyle Pitts are available. Now, that would probably be – that's too much. That's too much. They both have the same bye. I can't take them. They have a week 11 bye. So I can't take them. I hope they get taken. Laporta's off the board. There goes Dart. Need some other quarterbacks to go off the board. I expect Purdy, Bo Nix, and Jared Goff to all go off the board before I pick. We have a team with St. Brown coming up here. They should take Jared Goff. This should be a Jared Goff pick right here. And he takes Bo Nix. Oh, what a bet. He has Cortland Sutton. So he's going to probably try to take Jared Goff with the next pick. We'll see if that happens. These guys all have quarterbacks. That's why he did that. But the Josh Allen team, specifically the Dak Prescott team, will probably take Brock Purdy. He has Mike Evans, so he's going to take Brock Purdy. So we're going to get a couple guys in here. Let's see. There goes Brock Purdy. That made sense. And we're going to keep on stacking up. We're going to take 3 weapons here with Jordan Love. And if I can't get Mark Andrews, not the end of the world. I'm not triple stack with Jordan Love with Lamar Jackson as my starter. That might be too much. I think Matthew Golden was still the highest player I had on my board. Mix that with the correlation. It might be too much with Kraft, Watson, and Golden, but I like all those players. The running game is a little suspect there in Green Bay, and the defense is taking a step back. So if Jordan Love is a top 6 quarterback, which is unlikely, even say top 8 quarterback, this team can do some real damage. I'm still sitting with my 2 original running backs, so Genty and Barkley. I don't love that. We're going to take a running back here with one of these next 2 picks. So ideally, I'm going to get Mark Andrews, who has 4 tight ends down. There goes Kyle Pitts. There's 2 guys. Dalton Kincaid could be going. So the team that has Josh Allen right here has Harold Fannin. He would take Dalton Kincaid over Mark Andrews. And then this team does not have a tight end. So he might get sniped right here at 130. There goes George Kittle. The Patrick Mahomes team, the nice thing is Patrick Mahomes team has Brock Bowers, so I don't think they take Travis Kelce. So someone else is going to be able to grab Kelce. Most likely, typically Travis Kelce goes ahead of Mark Andrews. Okay, there goes Kelce. So it's not looking good for us getting Mark Andrews. No big deal. We can pivot to, Isaiah Likely. We have Tucker Kraft, so we don't actually need to force tight end here. I'm fine with taking TJ Hawkinson and Kate Otten. If I just get TJ Hawkinson, I'm rolling with Kraft and Hawkinson and bolstering this running back room, which is pretty piss poor. Quarterback is done. We have Lamar Jackson and Jordan Love. We have Golden, Watson, and Kraft. We have no stacks with Lamar. Running backs are solid, but there's just 2 of them. Ted McMillan, Garrett Wilson, Christian Watson, Chris Godwin, and Matthew Golden. Not a bad wide receiver room. It's a pretty balanced team. I got to make up running back here very shortly. Guys, like the video. We can do another draft of this. We have to meet the goal, though. $10 in super chats, 5 subs, or 20 likes on this video. If we get 20 likes in this video, we will hop in another draft. If we get 5 subs in this video, we've gotten 1, so 4 more subs, and we will hop in another draft. Hopefully you guys can draft with us. If not, tomorrow night we're drafting all night. Not all night, but we're not doing a segment tomorrow night. We're going to do at least 3 drafts tomorrow night on Underdog. Up in 6 picks. Mark Andrews is still available. I doubt he falls back. All these teams have tight ends. I'm concerned about the underdog team here that is picking 2 spots ahead of me. He does not have a tight end. But he has Jaden Daniels, Herbert, and Kyler Murray. He could go – he has 3 quarterbacks. What an idiot. He should go Okonkwo. He should go Gadsden ahead of Mark Andrews. If we get Mark Andrews, we're really in business on this team. Unlikely. I still think it's unlikely to happen. We also need Chris Rodriguez on the squad. That would be ideal. We'll see. There is no reason this guy should be taking a tight end. He takes Mark Andrews, this fucking idiot. He has all of his stacks available. He doesn't do it. He doesn't do it. What a clown, man. That's some stupid stuff. So Chris Rodriguez for sure. And then we're going to take a shot on this tournament. I need some juice. We're going to take Stephon Diggs in the hope he goes to the Commanders. He would definitely be going, 10 to 15 picks earlier, maybe a round and a half, 2 rounds earlier. So this guy just screwed us, man. He literally has Daniels, Herbert, and Kyler, and he has 3 tight end options to stack that are still available. Hawkinson, you wouldn't take him here, but he could have taken Gadsden or Okonkwo. Those are better picks, man. Or he could have waited, right, the next round to take Gadsden or Okonkwo. But this guy obviously doesn't know what he's doing because he has Daniels, Herbert, and Kyler Murray. That is way too much invested in quarterback. When you take Jaden Daniels, when you take Joe Burrow, when you take Drake May, you take 2 quarterbacks. When you take Lamar, you don't take 3 quarterbacks. You don't take 3 quarterbacks in the first fucking 10 rounds. So I should have known better. This guy is a clown, and thanks a lot for making a bad pick. You totally tanked yourself, and you almost tanked me in the process. So that's a very, very, very silly decision by this guy. You know what? He's just a clown. Just a clown.
I don't know who Bozo is. What, is he a clown?
What, is he a clown? What, are you kidding me?
Well, what is he?
Yes, he's a clown.
All right, so what's the big deal? There's millions of clowns.
All right, just forget it.
Forget me? You should forget it. You're living in the past, man. You hung up on some clown from the 60s, man.
Oh, running back's going to be a problem on this squad. I'm going to snipe his TJ Hawkinson is what I'm going to do. If he doesn't take him early, I'm going to get him at 157, which is 8 picks ahead ADP, which is that's actually after I have him ranked in the 130s. Personally, I never take him there, but we're going to take his TJ Hawkinson away from him, and we'll see how he likes it now. Pretty good at wide receiver right now. We have 6 receivers. We need running backs. We need them bad. And there's not a lot there. We currently have Saquon Barkley, Ashton Jeanty, and Chris Rodriguez. That is not a great room. The option, I was hoping Pacheco would fall back. There just doesn't seem there's any way Pacheco falls back to me. So we're going to have to take Zach Charbonnet, which works for this build. When you have 2 studs, Charbonnet really works because I don't need him until week 5, week 6, which is probably when he comes back. I would love Tank Bigsby on this squad, but since I already have Saquon in a tournament, I'm not handcuffing my own guy. So I can't take him. I could take Algier. I could take Dylan Sampson a little bit later. It's just not going to be a good running back. I got to go pure handcuffs for upside here. And then we're going to take TJ Hawkinson. We'll take Chika Conquo if he falls. That's the only guy I have ranked ahead of TJ Hawkinson, and there's 6 other guys ahead of him. So we'll see how it goes. And there goes Pacheco. I figured. Good pick by this guy. His 4th running back. That is an ideal 4th running back. So we're sitting at the turn with 3 running backs. Chika Conquo is still on the board. Would love to take him. We need Zach Charbonnet to fall back to us. This is a must on this squad. I like Chris Rodriguez's early season outlook. Don't tell that to Dakota, man. Dakota thinks that Travis Hunter is the wide receiver 3 on that. You know what? I'm fine with Travis Hunter. Oh, he just got sniped from Okonkwo. I'm fine with Travis Hunter in best ball. No way I'm touching him in redraft at all. You're never gonna know what week to start him. No way, no how. Not doing it. So we're gonna take Hawkinson, and we're gonna take Zach Charbonnet. So now we have Kraft and Hawkinson. I might be fine with just a 2 tight end room here. Genty, Barkley, Rodriguez, and Charbonnet. Jordan Love, Lamar Jackson. Wide receivers are Ted McMillan, Garrett Wilson, Christian Watson, Chris Godwin, Matthew Golden, and Stephon Diggs. Pretty balanced team outside the running back room. I need one more running back I like. If Dylan Sampson falls back to me somehow, I will actually be pretty happy about this squad. If not, I'm going to have to go with guys like Brian Robinson, Ray Davis, Braylon Allen, guys like that, just to give me some, maybe Damon Claiborne in the last round. Guys that can give me some actual upside, not just floor plays, because I have my 2 stud running backs that I started off the draft with. What do you want to do, Tim? We'll see, man. It's a really light night. There's only 12 people in here. If we meet any of the goals 100%, we will. Let's see. We need 4 more subs. We need 12 more likes, or we need 10 Super Chat dollars, and we'll do another draft. If not, tomorrow night we're drafting probably three different teams. So, and there'll be a lot more people in here. The community, we just did a 2-hour show before this. I started a new stream. We did a segment called Safe Players. So I think all those guys watched that 2 hours, and usually they're all in here drafting. They'll be all on tomorrow. We can do some sit and goes and some tournaments. Have like 7 or 8 of us drafting from the chat. So stand by, Tim, if you want to. Or if anyone joins the community, this guy takes 4 quarterbacks. Daniel Jones, Malik Willis, CJ Stroud, and Mendoza. I guess that's fine because he didn't have a quarterback. That's too much. Stop at CJ Stroud, bro. If anyone joins the community and joins the Patreon, gets into the Discord and all that kind of stuff, we will do another one just for that as well. Which there's never been a better time. Never been a better time to join. We have 2 months till football starts, guys. We offer a lot of good stuff. If you're a betting man, you're going to get access to the betting plays. You're going to get all our ranks, all 6 co-hosts ranks, and us, I'm there for you guys, honestly, 24/7. Any questions you have. But if you're a betting man, these numbers don't lie, guys. These are all documented. I put all the betting slips in the Discord when I make the bets. 96 and 58 last year on even odds, player props, 205 and 125. You're also going to get Mike Storey's college football plays, as well as a bunch of other stuff, private shows, free merchandise, you name it. You're going to get a lot of stuff. So it is a great community. That's the biggest thing. A lot of people are selling you draft grades or draft guides, stuff like that. We have that as well, but we are selling a community. We are selling the access to us, right? That's the thing. Personal help. I help you guys draft, all that kind of thing. We're up in 5 picks. Give me 1 second. It's on the bottom right, Tim. Bottom right, there's a little flashing little money sign there. Maybe you don't have an account set up. I don't know exactly. Yeah, we'll do a Chihuahua or a Super Flex, whatever you guys want if we get to that point. Whatever tournament. We're not doing Best Ball Mania this time early in the year, guys. That is not a good bet. That we want to do those drafts in August. So Dylan Sampson is still available. Unfortunately, there's a team that has 3 running backs that's picking right now. They will take Dylan Sampson, which really does suck for me. Man, this draft just did not go the way I wanted it to. Would love some redemption. I do have 40 slow drafts going, so I'm going to have about, when I get off here, I'm going to have 10 picks to make here in the slow drafts. Ooh, he takes Ray Davis. There goes Dylan Sampson. So, fuck, man. We have no running back to take yet. I'm not gonna reach. We have 4 running backs. Let's try to find some high upside receivers. And God, this one's not high upside at all. We're gonna take. This sucks. This has come. I guess we're gonna take Alvin Kamara. Let's do that. Take Kamara. We'll take. Man, this is rough. Let's reach on Surratt. I'm going to probably take Surratt and Bateman to get some more correlation, and I'll take one more running back with Lamar Jackson. Thank you, Tim. We needed $10, but you know what? Since you were kind enough to get $2, we will do another draft just for you, my dude. And you name it. You name the tournament, Chihuahua or Superflex, whichever one you want. We'll hop in. We'll draft together. Also, I feel like chugging a beverage, chugging a beer. So I think it's a good time to chug a beer. This is a disappointing draft. The guy taking Mark Andrews made no sense. Like he had 3 quarterbacks. He could have taken Chickaconquo, who's ranked way high, not way higher, but like it's right there. He could have waited around and take a Chickaconquo, waited 6 picks, takes Mark Andrews out of stack. That really killed us. There we go. All right, Tim, I am down. Unfortunately, this was a Chihuahua, and my buddy Kappa is in the chat. He joined. He got the last spot, and I got the first spot in the next draft. But we'll see. I think we should be fine. Let's do it. Thank you for the super chat, my man. Hopefully you start tuning in. This is the time. We're on every single night. I took last night off, actually, because the previous 7 days, I was live 31 hours in 7 days. Did about 7 hours, 8 hours of segments, and then 23 hours drafting best ball. Probably drafted about 40 teams, 35 teams on stream. But we're about 3 hours a night typically during the season. And then whenever news breaks, things like that. So, well, like I said, man, you should definitely consider joining the community because it is the place to be. And we offer something that no one else offers. We are on there. I'm helping you draft your teams, trade offers. Like I'm here. Send your screenshots to the Discord. Me, not just me, the other 6 co-hosts. I'm in there all the time. They're in there sporadically, but they're helping everyone out as well as the community. We're all tag team in this effort to all win money together. Brandon Ayuk off the board. That is a bad pick. That's a bad pick. I drafted on DK from 12 earlier. My team is similar to yours. Usually I like the 12 hole. This team has upside, though, because I have 3 stacks with Jordan Love. And, like, this is a bet on the Packers. I don't love betting on the Packers. Like, it's not the Lions. It's not the Cowboys. It's not the Bengals. But it's also not like the Browns, you know. Like, there is some upside with Jordan Love if he stays healthy, being a top 10 quarterback. I needed to be a top 10 quarterback for this team to even, I think, make the playoffs, personally. But stranger things have happened. So we're going to take Bateman. And then we got to hope Braylon Allen falls back. If we get Braylon or Jaden Blue. Any of those guys. Jordan James is another fallback option with Damon Claiborne. I'm just queuing up guys. I should get Braylon Allen here. We'll go through the team after this. I don't love this team. It's probably in the C-ish range. It is stacked up pretty nicely. Let's see. So let's take Braylon Allen to get another Jet on the team. And then we're going to take Bateman. It's a little rough. What is my buy? Is my buy situation cooked too? So quarterback's fine. Running backs are fine. We have 3 week 13 buys, but the last 2 picks are there. We need Stephon Diggs to land somewhere. This team's okay. I don't know. I've had a lot better teams than this one, but we'll see. Sometimes there's just nothing you can do, and you just got to try to make the playoffs, you know, and if strange things happen, you advance a round or two. But, you know, sometimes, especially at the edges, right, at the first pick or the 12th pick, you're at mercy of other people unless you want to reach 12 picks for your players, your stacks. I'm not doing that. I could have taken Mark Andrews. With the pick there, I took Stephon Diggs. No, with the Chris Rodriguez pick. Oh, what would it have been? Where was it? What pick was it? No, it would have been the Jordan Love pick. I would have had to reach the Matthew Golden pick. Would have had to be Mark Andrews. That would have been 17 picks ahead of ADP. I'm not doing that just for the sake of stacks when I already had my stacks with Jordan Love. So it ended up biting me. But again, yes, it's nice to have Mark Andrews. But if I'm giving up 17 picks of value, that's kind of counterproductive. So let's take a look at the team here, and we can give it a grade. I was the only one in this draft. That's a disappointing thing. I did this one solo without like 6 of you guys in here, and I should love this team. Lamar Jackson and Jordan Love at quarterback. Genty, Barkley, Chris Rodriguez, Zach Charbonnet, Kamara, and Braylon Allen. Ted McMillan, Garrett Wilson, Christian Watson, Chris Godwin, Matthew Golden, Stephon Diggs, Surratt, and Bateman with Tucker Kraft and TJ Hawkinson. I don't know, man. I have obviously a bunch of stacks with both quarterbacks. Tight end room's fine. Quarterback room's actually really good. Maybe it's better than I thought. I feel like it could have been a pretty good team if some things fell my way. It did not. I should have taken 6 running backs with the start, but I waited so long for Chris Rodriguez. And my 4th running back was picked 157. So I didn't need another receiver. I ended up with enough receivers, I feel like. When you have 2 quarterbacks, 2 tight ends, you have extra spot. That's where I took the running back spot there. I needed some upside there with Braylon Allen. So give me a grade in this team real quick. I think it's like a C+. Oh, Jay says B. Yeah, I'll take B. It just seems kind of blah. I know I do have Lamar with 2 shit stacks. The Love thing, this is the weird thing is I take Lamar, and this team hinges on Jordan Love. Like if Jordan Love gets hurt or even finishes quarterback 15, I'm probably not making the playoffs because it's not about Jordan Love's value to my team. It's the fact I have Kraft, Golden, and Christian Watson. That would mean that 2 of those 3 guys probably don't meet ADP. That's the problem with this team. All right. Tim, are you ready? You going to draft with us, Tim? Kappa, are you still in here? Yeah, the running backs are solid, and then I have some nice insurance later. I didn't take, Chris Rodriguez is my 3, but that should be fine. Tim, you going to draft with us, buddy? I'm just waiting for you. Otherwise, if you're not going to draft, I'm going to log off. If you want to draft with us, I'm going to do this for you, my dude. Just let me know. I also want to make sure we join at the same time so we do get in the same draft. I'm going to play a clip. Give it a second for Tim to get back to me here. And then we will be drafting.
Appreciate it, but I told my wife I wouldn't drink tonight. Besides, I got a big day tomorrow.
It's a big day? You doing what?
Well, actually pretty nice little Saturday. We're going to go to Home Depot. Yeah, buy some wallpaper, maybe get some flooring, maybe Bed Bath & Beyond, I don't know. I don't know if we'll have enough time.
Oh, there's always time for Bed Bath & Beyond, Frank. All right, Tim, do you hear me? Are you down? Cap, are you still in here? Jay, do you want to draft with us? Tim is the key because Tim paid $2 and did not meet the goal. But you know what? I am a nice dude that wants to give Tim a draft with us. So why the hell not? Just waiting on Tim. Anyone else? Let me know if you want to draft. If Tim doesn't respond, I'll do a couple more minutes here. If we do meet the goal, or I even get like $2, another $2, we'll do it. If there's no Tim, another $2 gets it done. If there is Tim, we're just going to do the draft with Tim and whoever else wants to join. So let us know in the chat. Tim, still waiting on you. Hopefully you're in here. We are waiting for Tim. We're waiting for Tim, patiently waiting for Tim. My dad's name's Tim, Timothy. Shout out my dad. He listens to all these shows the day after. He's never on the live streams because he's old and he falls asleep pretty early. But he listens to every second, which is, I told you, the last 7 days besides, from Sunday from Saturday, 4th of July to last Sunday, we did 31 hours in a 7-day stretch. He listened to all 31 hours. So he's listened to everything we've ever put out, which is insane. We've been doing the show 5 years. About a year on the streams, but even before the streams, we put out at least 2 or 3 shows a week. I don't want to leave Tim hanging and just if he comes back right when I log off, I don't want to do that. So we're still going to give Tim a little bit of time. Waiting on Tim. How you been, Jay? What's going on with you, man? You pumped for Dynasty, bro? Your team's pretty solid. Outside of that last trade you made with Mouth there in the draft, like the end of the draft, I did pretty much agree with most of the things you did. You have pretty much a good win now team. Tim, do you hear me? Playing one more clip. I'm playing a long clip while we wait for Tim. Long clip while we wait for Tim.
Jay Quellen. No Jay Quellen here?
Do you mean Jacqueline?
Okay, so that's how it's gonna be.
Balake.
Where is Balake at?
Yes, sir.
My name's Blake.
Are you out of your goddamn mind? Do you want to go to war, Balake?
No.
D Nice. Is there a D Nice?
Do you mean Denise?
Son of a bitch! Ron, where are you? Where is Ron right now?
Here.
You know, I said it like 4 times, so why didn't you say it the first time I said Ron?
Because it's pronounced Aaron?
Son of a bitch!
It is a sharp league, man. There's a nice balance of win now teams and then teams that are kind of not punting the year, but, you know, playing for the future more. And that's what you want in a dynasty league. You can't have every team going for win now because this is not going to work. You also can't have 9 rebuilding teams. So I feel like it's 6 teams, including your own team, that are going all in. Not all in this year, but really playing for this year. 3 teams in the fence, which is not a spot to be, and then 3 teams that are playing for the future. So that's a nice mix. It's going to be interesting. And the best thing about dynasty is the ability to retool on the fly, to punt the season like in real life. That's why I like dynasties, because it just gives you a lot more options. You're not just playing for this year. You're playing for the totality of the team, of your franchise. You're literally the GM, the coach, all that, and a player. You're essentially the player too. So, all right. I don't know if Tim's in here anymore. He must have left, which is a shame because we were going to do it just for Tim. But, all right. Tomorrow night, guys, probably 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. Central, we'll be drafting teams. And then Wednesday, the Chaz is coming back, and we're doing tight end tiers. We're doing a tight end deep dive. Thursday, we'll draft some more teams. And then Friday, we're going to have Mike Hastings on the show. Probably going to do some another variation of ADP versus Vegas. We go through Vegas lines, Vegas projections, Vegas over-unders in terms of yards and touchdowns, and see how that matches up with the ADP we're currently dealing with. Finding some values in terms of which guys are undervalued in fantasy, which guys are overvalued, and which bets we want to make, right? It's not just a fantasy angle, because we could find some spots where a guy is going way too early and we want to bet the under in terms of what Vegas is offering, and then in the other way where the guy is going way too late and we want to take them in fantasy as well as bet the over on Vegas. So there's a lot of different angles there. It's going to be a great show. I think that's it for me. I was waiting for Tim. Have not heard back from Tim. Guys, tomorrow night we're just going to be draft 3 teams at least. So tune in tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Central, and we'll be drafting. We'll be talking in the chat. We'll be having a great time. So appreciate everybody. Tim, thank you for the super. I don't know. Sorry you're not around to do this draft, but we'll just come back tomorrow if you're here, and we will draft. Jay, love you as always, man. Jay's a fanatic in the Patreon. Kappa, if you're still in here, appreciate everybody. Good night. It was fun. Love your life. Stay positive and respect each other. I'm out.
You just seem like a good dude. I thought I'd see if you want to grab a beer, that's all.
I'm glad you called.
We get home safe, Pistol.
You got it, Jobin.
I'm sorry, what?
Nothing.
Oh, what'd you say?
I don't know. You nicknamed me Pistol, and I just called you Jobin. It means nothing. I'm drunk. I'm gonna call a cab.
All right, man.